So a lot of people might ask, what consciousness, okay, CONSC, whatever it's called. Consciousness. Consciousness. A lot of people talk about it, we think it's cliche, we think about it like corny, we think about it like it's something that everyone talks about. Consciousness. Being conscious. Oh, you need to be conscious of such and such. You need to be conscious of this and that. What does consciousness mean? Alright. Consciousness means there's no very term. There's a term. There's no definition. There's a definition, but in psychology, there's no explanation for it. One way to test your consciousness is it's a simple trick. Here you go. I'll tell you now. If you want to test your consciousness, okay, you've heard a lot about consciousness. You want to test it. You want to see what level you're at this consciousness. Go ahead and stop doing the things that you know that are not good, that you do. Go ahead and stop doing them. Let's see how long you can do them for. Let's see how long you can stop doing that for. The things that you know that you do that are bad, and you say, you know what, I do this, but I can't stop doing it. Let's stop doing that stuff. That's a good way to test your consciousness. You want to test your consciousness? You want to test how conscious you are. Consciousness is one of the 5 biggest traits in psychology. Which is the biggest 5. Consciousness. Stop doing the things that you know that are bad for you. Stop doing things that you know make you weak, and stop saying things that make you weak. Do all of that. That's a good way to test your consciousness. How good can you do that? Well, if you can't do that as good as you thought you could, then you got some work to do on your consciousness. I was a student of psychology. I studied a lot of psychology students that used to be clients that turned into psychology students, and professors that were clients that turned into psychology professors that were just students. But let me tell you something. The biggest way to see if someone is conscious, if consciousness is one of their biggest traits. Oh, and there's a good one. This is crazy though, And I'll tell you in the next episode. Thanks for listening.